Okay, can we please take a minute for the knowledge to sink in that it is currently the 17th of July 2016. It is literally halfway through July, which means we are over halfway through the year, and I just can't handle that because that's just freaking me out. Hey BookTube, I'm back, and today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. This tag was created by Eli and Chammy, both of whose channels I will leave in the description box below. I wasn't tagged to do this by anyone in particular, but it looked like a lot of fun, and I really wanted to sort of figure out what books I had read, what I hadn't read, what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy during the beginning of 2016. So let's jump straight in. Question 1. What is the best book you've read so far in 2016? Anyone who knows me or follows me on social media is probably going to be able to guess which book I've chosen for this one, but obviously I'm going with Raelia by Lynette Noni. I read this book in a day. I was so excited to finally get my hands on it, and it is very easily the best book I have read of 2016. Question number 2. What is the best sequel you've read in 2016? For this one, I'm gonna have to go with A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. For me, this book was really spectacular because not only is it a sequel to a really fantastic book, it also is a game changer. It literally changes everything. Like, I haven't been back to read A Court of Thorns and Roses since I've read this book, but I feel like if I do, I'm going to be reading it in a whole new light. I'm going to be looking at characters in a different way. I'm going to be looking at situations differently, and I just think that's a really incredible thing to be able to do in a sequel. So, best sequel so far. Question 3. A new release you haven't read yet but want to. For this one, I'm going with Return to the Isle of the Lost by Melissa Dela Cruz. So I read The Isle of the Lost this year, and I am a huge Disney's Descendants fan. So when I found out there was going to be a sequel to this book, I absolutely definitely wanted to read it. The problem is, it says on Book Depository that it's supposed to be out on the 4th of July. However, it's not out yet. Get your act together, Book Depository. Question number 4. What is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? For this question, I'm going with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I cannot wait to get my hands on this book. I am so excited to finally get to read more of Harry's story and to find out what happened to him and Ron and Hermione and Draco and everyone after they left Hogwarts, and to also get to meet their young children. I'm so excited. Question 5. What's been your biggest disappointment? For this one, I'm going with The Last Star by Rick Yancey. So this is the final book in the Fifth Wave trilogy, and I was super excited to get my hands on it, but when I did and I finished reading it, I was left very disappointed, and I didn't really know how I felt about the book. I still don't really know how I feel about the book, and I hate when books leave you with that sort of unresolved sort of feeling. Question number 6. The biggest surprise you've read this year? Carrie by Stephen King. I was very surprised to find that I actually really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to because it was a horror book, and I found that I actually really enjoy horror novels, so yay, new genre. Question number 7. Favorite new author, debut or new to you? So for this question, I'm going to go with a new to you author, which funnily enough, I actually met this author in Supernova last year, hadn't read any of her books, didn't read any until this year, and now I can't see how I haven't read any of them before. And that author is Sarah J. Maas, author of the A Court of Thorns and Roses series and the Throne of Glass series. Also, hold up, can we just talk for a second about how she has announced that she's releasing like 8 new books? We're getting what, like 6 new books in this series, which is the best series I have pretty much ever read in my life. Well, no, that's not true. One of the best series I have read in my life, and like 2 new Throne of Glass books or something, and coloring books, and oh wow, I'm really excited. Question 8. Your newest fictional crush? Rysand. Definitely Rysand. If you've read this book, you'll know why. And if you haven't read this book, you need to, so you can have a crush on Rysand. Just do it. Favorite new character? So I actually do have a favorite new character that I read about in this year, but I can't talk about him because he is in a book that has not been released yet, because I critique read it for an author and the book probably isn't coming out until next year, but I just want it to come out now. So I picked my second favorite newest character to share with you all today. And that character is Zane from the Maduran Chronicles. So we meet Zane in Raelia, and he is a really funny dude. I don't really know how to explain it, but he just has these one-liners. He just comes out with this stuff and you're like, what? So of all the new characters that we met in this book, Zane would have to be my favorite. Question number 10. A book that made you cry? Question 11, a book that made you happy. Raelia by Lynette Noni, for a couple of different reasons. Reason number 1, because it came out and it's a beautiful book and it's my favorite book of 2016. Reason number 2, we met some really awesome new characters in this book, like Zane and Kaya and Roka, and another character who I love, but I'm not going to say who it is. You'll know who. I'll eventually tell you who the character is that is my favorite and that I love, but I can't tell you right now. Also, can we just talk about Caden and Alex for a minute? Because we get Caden and Alex moments. We get Calix moments in this book, but not enough, and I need them to be a couple. I need them to be a couple. Question 12, the most beautiful book you've bought. Does this need words? I mean, look at this cover. Look at this. It is just like, that is pure perfection. That is what book covers should look like all the time. Question 13, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So I actually have quite a few books because I'm doing English next semester at university. There are 4 books that I need to read sort of before the semester ends. Those are Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, The Heir Affair by Jasper Fforde, The Charge of Jimmy Blacksmith by Thomas Keenly, and White Sugar by Jean Rees. But if we don't count uni books, then the book that I need to read by the end of the year is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children and the 2 sequels that it's got. Mainly because the movie's coming out in September. I think, well, I'm really hoping that it comes out in September because school holidays, and I really want to see it, even though it looks creepy as. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to read this one. And question number 14, favorite book community member. So considering I've only been in the booktube community for the last couple of months, it was very difficult for me to sort of narrow it down because so many people have been so welcoming and so friendly, but I have managed to pick 2 of my favorites, and they are Roya from Roya Eve Reads and Casey from Books K. So I will leave a link to both of their channels in the description box below if you want to check them out. You should. They are fantastic booktubers and are really, really, really lovely girls. I'm really glad to have gotten to meet them and know them over these past couple of months. So there you go. That was my mid-year book freakout tag. I still cannot believe that we are over halfway through this year. It is freaking me out, and I am so excited though for the second half of the year. It should be a lot of fun. I've got my second semester of uni coming up, which I'm actually really looking forward to. I've got some great reads coming up, including the uni books. I'm actually really excited to read some of those, particularly The Heir Affair. My friend's read that one and she says that it's really, really good. Not to mention there is the Empire of Storms obviously coming out from Sarah J. Maas. Harry Potter's coming out, and who doesn't love that? So yeah, we've got a pretty good second half of the year coming. It's cool. So thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.